How is everybody
And
doing?
I feel like it's going to be a good one. I just saw on Twitter from the New York Post, they're reporting that the FBI, at the direction of Kash Patel, has just raided John Bolton's home.
Okay, wait, you
Which
cut out. You
is-
cut out for a second. At the direction of Kash Patel. Say that again for everybody. What?
John Bolton's home has been raided by the FBI.
Did they drag him out by his underwear? Because that would be awesome, right? Well, maybe
I
not.
don't know. I don't know how it went down because I just saw like it was posted and then I just came in and you know what I mean? Like it just happened. It was just announced. And so I don't know what prompted
Yeah.
it or what they're going to find or what they're looking for, but it's very, very exciting.
Yeah,
So
I think William the Texan said it could not happen to a nicer guy, and I totally agree. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what's happening. We are going to kick off today's show with another episode of
With Your Face.
Don't do it.
So I don't know how to prepare you for what you're about to see.
Everybody sit down.
I don't know who these two, I hesitate to call them women. One of them definitely is a woman because she is in fact pregnant. The other one, I don't even know what's going on.
Oh God.
I'll just let you see what's happening.
I'm Jessie Bunny. I'm 24 years old.
I'm Vienna. I'm 25 years old.
And we're gonna have a baby really soon. That's our nursery. Please ignore the Poland poll. We met without we both have been flat. Vienna was not transitioned to this time. And I had a double A cup. He's baby number 1.
God, that poor dog.
During COVID that I'm trans.
One day Vienna said like, hey, she's not feeling happy. And then she came out as trans, and then everything went really quick. Within half a year, you've been a completely new person.
And since then, we are even happier than before.
I always wanted to become a young mom. I always wanted to have kids. So
what is even happening?
I was really happy when I got pregnant really quick. I would love to have like 3 or 4 kids, but let's see how the first one is going.
Oh my God, I can't.
I'm looking forward. I know we look different than other people, but
yes,
we're
you do. You do look different.
Couple. We're in a relationship since almost 8 years. It was just a question of time.
Yes.
With Your Face.
Don't do it. That number isn't real. It's not real, you guys.
In the world.
Like every single tracker jacker in the world stung her lips. Every single one.
That was on purpose. That was clearly on purpose.
There is a doctor that did that. Take their license away. Don't F with your face, you guys.
Why
Don't
do people do these things?
But definitely call Zach. Call our friend Zach, okay? You can schedule your free Know Your Risk portfolio review today at knowyourriskpodcast.com. You only get one retirement. Call him or talk to him. Go to his website, knowyourriskpodcast.com. Do it.
Bulwark Capital Management. They are phenomenal.
They are bomb, as the kids would say. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so we mentioned the John Bolton thing. That is a breaking news story. Also saw this morning. I don't know what this is about. Allegedly, President Trump is going to be making a televised announcement from the Oval Office today at noon. I don't know what it's about. It's possible that it has something to do with the Russia-Ukraine situation, considering that Russia just decided to bomb the heck out of Ukraine and it specifically targeted a U.S. factory, almost as if they were given a big middle finger to Trump, which is not okay. And I suspect that he's pretty mad about it. So it could be about that. It could be about something totally unrelated. I have no idea, but that's happening at noon.
Yeah. I guess we'll see.
So we'll see about that.
Yep.
Also, in news yesterday that was very, very, very exciting for Donald Trump, his $464 million New York civil fraud penalty has been tossed out. It's actually over $500 million by now with all the interest. And so he defeated Big Tish. And this, you know, this is the same Letitia James who was every single day on Twitter, posting what his new balance total was with all the interest accumulating. And so Donald Trump Jr. wrote back to her to the latest one and said, "Don't you mean $0, like 0.00 dollars?"
God, what a hag.
Hag.
This is, and it's so fun to watch karma actually happen in real time, isn't it? What is she going to do now that she doesn't have Trump to hate on and go
Well,
after?
she's appealing. She's appealing, so it's not over.
Oh, okay. Well,
just the judgment amount is over. And so what's his name? Who's that? Like Andy McCarthy. Andy McCarthy was on Fox News yesterday to kind of break down what this means, what's happening. Here is their report, including Andy McCarthy on it.
Panel group in New York's appellate division changed the original decision that stood to cost Trump over $500 million. One appeals judge calling the lower court's penalty an excessive fine that violates the 8th Amendment of the United States Constitution. You might remember that New York Attorney General Letitia James' office says despite this decision, they will not be dropping the case. Let's get some thoughts from Andy McCarthy. He's a former U.S. attorney. He is a Fox News contributor. He is on the phone with us. And last summer, you were helping us every single day as President Trump sat in that courtroom. Letitia James, the AG, she happened to be there as well. And at the time, I remember, Andy, you said that you thought this could be the outcome once the appellate court got a hold of it. What are your thoughts this morning?
Well, I think, Dana, that Trump may be ultimately completely exonerated on this. For now, the penalty goes. There was division in the appeals court about the merits of the underlying suit, but as you point out, what they found basically under an 8th Amendment theory, that's the amendment that prohibits cruel and unusual punishments, there was such a mismatch between whatever wrong was actually established in the trial and the outrageous penalty that was imposed for it, which was, I think, $355 million, which with interest and other costs is already up to about $530 million.
oh my God.
It's just ridiculous.
So naturally, she's like, I'm going to do it again because, so you're saying there's a chance.
She's so desperate, man.
Idiot.
I know. So that was a welcome piece of news. And actually, I thought about sharing Trump's like extra humongous tweet about it and making you read it, and then I realized it's so big that you would never be able to read it. It's just so, it would have been the letters would have been like this is big. There's no way.
I was supposed to get an eye test today, and that would have been like the preamble to my eye test. Yes.
But you can imagine that he's very, very pleased about this outcome so
as
far,
a lot of us are. Indeed.
Yes. Also, just to follow up on a story that we covered earlier this week with that ridiculous AG who got arrested for trespassing at a restaurant, and then reminding the cop that she was an AG like 72 billion times.
Don't you know who I am? I'm Reese Witherspoon. Remember that?
So she has been, whoops, wrong headline. She has been suspended. Dang it. There we go. So she has been suspended after she was arrested, and the AG said the reason for the suspension is, quote, she's put me in a bad position. She's embarrassed herself. In the end, there will be a suspension without pay here. So she's not going to continue, to go on as if nothing happened in terms of salary and that kind of thing. So it'll be a strong sanction here. I mean, he should just fire her, but
right. I totally agree. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's like
that's the thing. People in government, they're just never truly held accountable like normal people are. God.
Yeah. So she's going to miss what? A couple weeks of pay? Who cares?
So what? And
she's
then
awful.
She is. This is the thing. Normal people in regular jobs would be fired for that kind of behavior, but not her. She's like, well, a couple weeks, I'll go without pay. Big deal. She's probably overpaid anyway. And then she'll just go right back to being like, do you know who I am?
Exactly. They're all such entitled beasts.
Jerks. I know.
Update also on the Epstein thing. There is a Bill Clinton judge, Richard Berman, who has denied Trump administration's court filing to unseal grand jury transcripts and exhibits. So this is continuing to kind of go nowhere. So we'll see what happens when the House is back in session in September, because House Democrats are going to continue to push for the release of whatever it is that the Department of Justice has, and I think that they're willing to pony up whatever it is that they have. It's just there's just a lot of frustration, continued frustration about the lack of information about the Epstein files.
But when you look at this, since it's a Bill Clinton judge, I mean, I kind of look at Democrats are like, we have a billboard going down Highway 35 that's like a liberal owned billboard. I can tell, right? It's irritating. And it says, why won't they release the Epstein files? That's what it says on the billboard right now. And I'm kind of like, okay, well, they could have released them, when Biden was in office,
Exactly.
And I look at this and I think, be careful what you wish for, Dems.
Yeah, exactly right. And by the way, that is one topic that we were explicitly told we could not ask Harmeet Dhillon about in our interview with her yesterday. So if you're watching it expecting that will be one of the discussion points, unfortunately it was not. But we did have a really good conversation with her.
Yeah, she's lovely.
She's a tough cookie, but I feel like we crumbled her a little bit at the end.
Bit,
like we got a little bit of a crumble. So it was great to talk to her, and she is a badass, man. She is so. I would never want to meet her in a courtroom ever, ever, ever. So,
I feel like she's scarier than Pam Bondi.
Totally, I completely agree with that.
They could maybe swap those two out, and I think Harmeet would crack some skulls.
Yeah, I completely agree.
She's scary. Like in a good way, you know what I mean?
Am I frozen?
You were frozen. Yes, you're still frozen. Yes, you're still frozen. Now you're back. You're back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, that comes out at 1:00 tomorrow Eastern time. So be sure to check that interview out. Also an update in terms of the whole, like all the people, the Biden aides who are coming in to testify in front of, I guess it's the Oversight Committee. James Comer talked to like the number 2 advisor. His name is Ian Sams. He was one of the senior advisors and a spokesperson for the White House for over 2 years. And in that time, he interacted with Biden twice.
Oh my gosh.
Twice.
You guys.
Like, this was a damning bit of testimony. There's a little video clip of James Comer talking about this with the press. It's like kind of scrambly, the video, but the audio is perfect and it's just like 10 seconds long. So here's what James Comer said about this yesterday.
This enough. I want to say this one more time so everyone understands. Ian Sams, who was the White House spokesperson for a significant amount of Joe Biden's time as president, interacted with him 2 times. God. 2 times.
Gosh.
That's bananas.
It is bananas. Oh my gosh. All right, then who is running the country? Hunter? Jill?
All of the above. All these
Everybody
just random people.
Yeah. And then they will look at us and they'll be like, Trump's a dictator. You guys are fascists. Like, you guys are anti-democracy, anti the Constitution. They'll say all these things. And it's like, dude, your guy wasn't even running the country. First of all, you didn't have a say in who went there. And then when they put the puppet there, they put the Weekend at Bernie guys there. He was there and he was just a puppet. Somebody had their hand up his butt. And this was what was happening the whole time. It is completely and totally banana twice. And you know
he's a senior advisor,
right?
Who never actually advised. What the hell?
You know, it's just
and we paid for that.
It was a meeting where nothing happened too. They just chit chatted about the weather, and that was it. It was just.
And then Biden was like, "Who was that guy?"
Yeah, what just happened there? Oh my God.
There were so many people who could have run the country better during Biden's presidency, including our dogs, who, by the way,
without question,
are super healthy because of Ruff Greens.
Yeah. Coda just threw up on the couch this morning and he would have done a better job than Joe Biden.
Did he overdose? Did he overdose on the Ruff Greens?
He just, I think, actually, I gave him a bone. I gave them all bones after breakfast this morning, and I think he stole the other 2 dogs' bones. So I think he had 3 bones in addition to his Ruff Greens, in addition to his this is what happens in our house. He's a complete criminal, you guys. He's a criminal. But listen, for your non-criminal dogs and your criminal dogs, Ruff Greens is fantastic. It's really good for them. That's why naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black created Ruff Greens, because it is a natural supplement. It's packed with enzymes, probiotics. It supports digestion when they're not puking, immunity, overall well-being. It's really, really great for them. I've noticed a huge difference in Theo because his coat was just janky when he came to us, when we found him and we rescued him. It was just gross and kind of oily, but like just, it was rough. I can't even explain. His coat was gross. And now he is beautiful and soft. And a lot of it I know has to do with Ruff Greens. And they're just, he's happier. He's just way happier. So is Bear. I think Bear really enjoys it too, because I don't think his mama fed him Ruff Greens before he came to us. And he's 6 and now he has it and he loves it. And it has all the live nutrients that they need. You can just sprinkle it on their food. You don't have to change your dog's food to transform their health. Just get Ruff Greens. It's ruffgreens.com/chicks.
Rough Chicks.
I'm sorry,
roughchicks.com.
roughchicks.com. You can do that. So go there. There you go.
And then use code CHICKS and you will get a free Jumpstart bag. You just have to pay shipping.
Do that.
It.
That's
it's
right.
a great deal.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the code right. It's roughchicks.com, code chicks. Do that, you guys. It's Friday. Can you tell?
All right, let's get to, this is actually a couple day old interview at this point, and I've been meaning to play it and just, there's been so much other stuff. But I did want to point out just how awesome Trump's choices for cabinet secretaries have been. And oftentimes Lee Zeldin doesn't get the credit that he deserves. And he did an interview with Brett Baer the other day talking about how much money he is saving taxpayers and how much of a scam so much of what was going on at the EPA was. And it was at our expense. And so everybody who watches this, I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican, you should be glad about the money savings here. Take a listen.
Talk about saving a lot of money. What is that number?
Over $29 billion of grants have canceled.
29 billion of grants.
Our operating budget annually is about $10 billion. We've canceled over $29 billion. $27 billion of it was the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund, part of the Inflation Reduction Act when President Biden had one-party control of Congress. And it was filled with self-dealing and conflicts of interest, unqualified recipients, reduced agency oversight, money going through pass-throughs, the dollar getting diluted. And if the argument is going to be made that a dollar should get spent to remediate an environmental issue, then spend it on remediating an environmental issue. Instead, they're giving it to their friends, former Biden and Obama officials and Democratic donors. You know, President Trump talks about Stacey Abrams as one linked NGO to her that received $2 billion.
Is that true?
Yes, in 2023.
And it was going out the door.
Yes, in 2023, that NGO received $100. In 2024, they got $2 billion from the Biden EPA.
Oh my God.
They had to complete training in their grant agreement, page 7, that says they have 90 days to complete training called How to Develop a Budget. Yet, in the first 21 days, they can start spending the money.
Oh my God.
Imagine if you did that in a private company. What would happen to you? Prison. This is the thing. These people just get away with this shit. Drives me insane.
The fact that Stacey Abrams got rich off of our money makes me rage so hard.
Me too.
Oh my gosh.
How did that even happen? Oh
well, he's put a stop to it. Thank God. So I hope that she saved well, because damn.
Oh, I mean, that's the thing. You put a stop to it, but she made the money. She scammed Americans out of their hard-earned money, and she didn't do jack squat for that money. I cannot believe that.
Gosh. Infuriating.
It is
absolutely infuriating.
It is.
Speaking of great secretaries, Howard Lutnick also confirmed yesterday on Twitter that it is official. The U.S. and EU tariff agreement, trade agreement has been settled and signed, and it eliminates European tariffs on all U.S. goods. It creates access to European markets for farmers, fishermen, and ranchers. It delivers $750 billion in European energy demand during Trump's term, and European firms are going to invest an additional $600 billion in new investments in America. Thank you, President Trump.
Yep, that's fantastic. It's awesome.
Perhaps you guys heard or saw this video of some illegal who was being detained and arrested in DC that everybody freaked out about. If you didn't, then here is a little screenshot from it. And NBC, or a reporter, had posted seeing it happen in person, saying, breaking, just saw DC police and federal agents detain a man on the National Mall. He appeared to try to escape and then was quickly tackled to the ground by several agents and was screaming in Spanish, "Please, I'm not a criminal. I work here. I want to be with my family." This is the instant reaction of reporters, right? Journalists who are like, oh my God, this is Trump's a fascist. And then had to make the update. The same girl, Amy Cho, had to make the update. ICE has sent a statement on this man's detention saying his name is David Perez Teofani, and he was arrested in Fairfax County last year, charged with aggravated sexual battery against a minor under 13. And then a bunch of other stuff. Like,
beat him harder.
Oh my gosh. So this chick, the first tweet where she put it out and like clearly was showing sympathy to the guy, you can imagine how many retweets, how many views that got, right? The update, not as much. There were 2,500 shares for her original post, 470 for the clarification. Just unacceptable.
Yeah, this happens over and over and over again. Yeah, let the parents, let the mom of that 13-year-old at him. Let her get on television. Right. Let her talk about what that guy really is all about. And then let her at him. I swear. These people, these journalists are just disgusting.
Oh my God. They're absolutely vile. And Jessica Tarlov was among the ones that immediately assumed that this was somehow an egregious Trump error. So what she tweeted about it was to say, this doesn't make DC safer. It'll just make people not come to DC. The cruelty is always the point. And because she didn't wait, she is a journalist who could not wait for facts to come out. So she immediately reacts, immediately reposts. And Stephen Miller went after her hard. He responded to her posting this and said, why are you defending a criminal, illegal alien invader charged with sexually assaulting a child?
Yeah.
And so
she's the mom of a daughter, mind you.
Yeah, I think a couple at this point.
Yeah,
right?
I think
Didn't
she does have
two.
I think so. Yeah, God help him.
God.
Yeah.
And so she responded to Stephen, tried to justify why because she ended up taking her tweet down. And she said, I didn't know who he was. The DHS memo on him came out hours after the video. Would never defend such a person. Hopefully you guys will only go after these types versus hardworking folks that have committed no crimes. Will delete my original tweet. And people went after her hard, saying that she's quietly deleted it, that she's a big hypocrite. And so she said, for those of you who think I quietly deleted my tweet, see below. When you're trying to be quiet, you don't reply to Stephen Miller. I wouldn't ever want to promote knowingly wrong information, so I deleted the original tweet after the DHS memo came out, which was hours after the arrest, to which Abigail Jackson said, ask yourself why your gut instinct is to side with the criminal. That's the point, Jessica.
And did she answer that? Because she never answers that. No, she doesn't answer that. And she doesn't explain herself. These people never do. But that is the question. Abigail is just she's so right about that. That's the question. Why do they? Why is that their gut instinct? Why is that their number one goal? What is wrong with these people?
And why do journalists like her immediately rush to a narrative instead of actually asking the right questions, digging in to find out who that guy was? Why would you instantly share something that you know nothing about?
Well, journalism used to be who, what, when, where, why, and how. They don't do that. Now it's like, how can I craft a narrative that suits my political agenda?
And makes Trump look bad.
Right. Because TDS. It's not journalism, lady. You're not a journalist.
It's so frustrating.
It
makes
so frustrating.
Me want to eat carbs. And luckily now we can that are actually, it's bread that is so much lower calorie than normal bread. I'm so stoked about this.
Oh my God, we love this stuff so much. We're so excited about Royo, you guys, because a lot of us do try to eat lower carb, but I love bread, okay? And I love bagels. I'm never going to give them up. Never going to do it. Okay. And I love their bagels, especially because I'm a breakfast girl. We do breakfast right in this house. We don't miss breakfast ever. All right. So you can still indulge and have breakfast and not feel like a total glutton if you're watching your calories or your carbs, or you're trying to up your protein, which a lot of us trying to up our protein. Okay. Royo's awesome. They're baked fresh daily. They're low carb. They have like 2 grams of net carbs per slice of bread. And they have like 9 to 10 grams of protein per bagel. Plus they are like 70 to 80 calories per bagel. That's so
Which
low.
is so much less than
It's
like
so
the
low.
everything bagel. What was it? It was like 280 calories versus like 80. I mean, the
Right.
difference was incredible.
Right. It's like, it's insane. So you can indulge and then still have other stuff at breakfast so you don't feel gross. Right. But here's another thing we love about Royo. Okay. They're family owned. They're family owned and operated. They're a sweet, America loving Jewish family that started the company as a local thing. And then people loved their stuff so much that they started getting bigger. And here we are now talking about them on our show. So I love that so much. They're just a wonderful family. They make low carb, superfood rich bread. And it doesn't have
Good
all the
stuff in
nasty.
it.
Yeah, it's very maha, and everybody's paying attention to all the preservatives and all the ick in our food now because of maha. And then a lot of people have shunned bread. You don't have to shun bread. You don't have to. They have all the healthy bread, bagels, buns, everything super clean with really minimal ingredients, which is the way bread is supposed to be. So you should totally check them out. Royo breads are so good. You're going to forget that they're healthy. Okay. You can go to eatroyo.com, use promo code CHICKS for 20% off. That's eatroyo.com, promo code CHICKS. Get 20% off, you guys. You can eat the bread. We love the bread.
It's one of my new favorite sponsors. Faux
I
show.
know.
And how
Bread.
much do you love supporting like a cute little Jewish family in New
Oh
York?
my
I love it.
gosh. We're like all about that. So great.
Love, love, love it. Okay, here's something fun. A couple things that are fun. There is an old video that turned up on Twitter, and I don't remember where I saw it, but and I've never heard of this guy, but it's, well, actually, I'm going to get to that later. Scratch that. I'm going to get to that later. First, we're going to
Okay.
show you a Glenn Beck story that might actually, what's the word? Because I felt not unsatisfied, but like I was craving more details after the end of this story. But it's Glenn Beck talking about Donald Trump and a side of him that most people don't get to see. And so we've got a couple of different people talking about Donald Trump and sides of him that we don't usually see that I thought was just really cool and thought I would share it. Unfortunately, the Glenn Beck clip is a little bit frustrating because you don't get to find out all of the details. You'll see. Here is Glenn Beck telling a story about visiting the White House.
There was no difference in the Donald Trump that you saw in the interview than I saw giving me a tour of the White House yesterday.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
He gave me a tour of the White House, and we went up to the executive residence, and we do the tour of the Lincoln bedroom, and then he takes us to places that you don't go to, and he was showing us stuff, and he was, at the end of this section, we come down the stairs from the executive residence, and on the table there at the bottom of the stairs were 2 pieces of paper, one for my wife and one for me, that we had to sign. And I said, "What is this?" And they said, "The president doesn't want anything other than the Lincoln bedroom, any of your conversations shared." And I was devastated, because that was the thing I was most excited to share with the audience, because it shows who he is. It shows he's a remarkable man. And I sat there and I had to sign it. And I sat there and I just wanted to say, why? Why? This is the side of you that people should know about. And I can't say anything about it. So he leads by his heart much more than what you know. He's better than he is. More calm and just more real. He is so normal and so common. I don't know how he became this way. I really don't. He's the guy who's like, it's the greatest gold of all gold. Nobody said gold could be any more golden than this gold. And yet, he's just like you. He's like everything you would hope a really good man that you respected was actually like. I'm just disappointed that I can't tell you. Because I think you'd like it. I think you'd like it a lot. You'd like it a lot.
Dang it.
so frustrated.
I know. I want to know. I totally want to know. I do. It's like he
But
wants to
it
keep
was a good
up.
story anyway.
It's like he wants to keep the facade that he is that person. I feel like one day when Trump is no longer here, there will be so many stories that come out about him, and his legacy will be so much more than what we see one-dimensionally. There will be so much more three-dimensional stuff to him that a lot of us suspect to be the case, but we don't know him like his family knows him. We don't know him like a lot of his inner circle knows him. And I suspect that he is exactly what Glenn Beck says. I suspect that. I think a lot of you do. But we just don't see those stories because the media has been so, I don't even want to say unkind. Unkind is not even the word. My God, these people have tried to kill him, you know? So they've just been awful. The awful to the nth degree. So I think it'll take him, like a long time from now. History will be so kind to him. History will.
I think so too. I think that's
yeah.
probably right. That video, I loved it, but it was like hugely frustrating all at the same time.
Yeah.
Now this next one though, this is the reason for my name today. It's a story from Markwayne Mullin, who talks about how Trump essentially just doesn't sleep. I mean, he sleeps for a couple hours every night. They talk on the phone quite a bit, which I didn't realize. And he tells this funny story, which really shows Trump's sense of humor. Check this out.
This is when the president is fully engaged. He doesn't sleep. And I don't think the guy sleeps anyways, but he doesn't sleep. And so I'm getting phone calls from him at 12:30 in the morning, or I guess 0:30 in the morning. And I'm getting calls again from him at 5:40 in the morning. I'm getting text messaging to the point where I wouldn't go to sleep until after midnight because I was afraid I would miss a call, which I did do that one time. And I fell asleep and then I answered the call and I don't remember the phone call. Funny story here. Literally, I wake up. And I get up early. I usually wake up between 4 and 4:30. And I woke up and I was like, I had a dream I talked to President Trump. Am I really talking to him that much that I had a dream? So I looked at my phone. It said DJT. And I'm like, oh my goodness, and it's black. And I'm going, no. And it said duration 3 minutes. So I wait until almost 6 o'clock and I call him. And he answered the phone. The first thing he says, you don't remember talking to me, do you? I was like, no. I said, what did I say? He says, you'll never know, and just hung up on me.
No, that is hilarious.
So,
oh my gosh. Could you imagine?
You'll never know. Bye.
Oh my God.
I just love that he did that. That's my favorite. Also, this has nothing to do with anything. I don't even know why this girl's being interviewed, but you guys, this is real. Look at her name and then just know that I verified that she is a real person. It is her real name. She's on Facebook. This is real. Her name is, crap. Hang on. What?
Never know, just hung up
Hang
on
on.
me.
No, that is hilarious.
Yeah, so
because I think that's the side no one knows.
Yeah, that's the worst thing that can actually happen.
I think the video will play.
And
You'll
so
see it.
I was just so. So now the whole time doing the one big beautiful bill, I was always afraid to go to sleep.
Okay, so hopefully a video will play and you'll see this girl's name. Look at her name.
No.
This is her actual name, you guys. Her parents named her this. It is real. She has a Facebook page.
Her name is Piece of Shit. That's her name. Just for everybody listening and not watching.
Piece a sheet.
It's Piece e Sheet.
Oh my God.
Why?
This is real. Like when I saw it on Twitter, I was like, there's no freaking way that this is real. There's no way. And then I looked and she is a legit person that is legit her name.
It's like Harry Dick. You know?
Right? Like, why do parents do this? Why?
Or Michael Hunt.
Yes.
You know?
Why?
Why do you do this, parents? Why do you do it? Do you not think you don't think this through? You're not thinking it through.
It's so mean. Anyway, moving on, we need to talk about something that happened yesterday in Virginia. And that is that there was like a protest rally against Winsome Sears, who's of course running for governor in Virginia. And Winsome was going to appear at a meeting, a city council meeting, because there's this person who was in a girls' locker room, and there's obviously a high school girls' locker room. People are outraged about this, Winsome among this, and yet there are crazy liberal psychopaths who think this is fine. It's totally fine. It got really out of control when someone noticed that at the protest part of this event, this woman, a white, liberal, old white woman, was holding a sign that read, "Hey, Winsome, if trans can't share your bathroom, then blacks can't share my water fountain."
Wow. Oh my God. I cannot. Yeah. Liberals.
What?
Listen, I'm not surprised by this. They love segregation. Liberals actually love segregation, which is why you see like Harvard and Columbia having separate graduations for black kids and white kids. Am I wrong? They love it. They love it. They're the ones who love segregation. They're the racists, and they project all that crap onto us. They are the racists. Period.
I mean,
that's why that possum person and that other podcast talks about, oh my God, there are no white people in my neighborhood. We got to add some color to it. Girl, you're a racist.
Yeah.
You're a racist. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with having, like, I don't live in an all white neighborhood on purpose with purpose. You apparently do. And you're trying to figure out how you can add color to your neighborhood. Do you even know how racist that is? Like, they don't hear it. They don't see it because they are the actual racists.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it was bad enough that even BLM, and I don't know like what chapter of BLM, I'm actually surprised that that still exists even at all.
Right.
But even BLM was calling out how absolutely ridiculous this is, saying with a little bit of digging and community support, we found out the lady with the extremely racist sign at the protest against Winsome Sears is a door knocker for Spanberger, the chick that's running against her. This must be addressed immediately. And just to remind everybody, the reason that Winsome Sears was coming to talk at this meeting is because of this psycho guy. The school board allowed this man, who was a convicted sex offender, to use the high school girls' locker room because he claimed he was trans.
Yeah.
That's what the issue is all about. And there are people coming out to support the school board's decision.
Liberals.
Even though he's a serial sex offender since 1992.
This is what liberals
and they're
want.
still like, this is fine.
Yeah, this is what liberals
fine.
want. This is the hill that liberals will die on. They want that piece of shit in your daughter's locker room.
Yep.
And I have no problem calling him a piece of shit because that's what he is. They want that in your daughter and your granddaughter's locker room.
And they'll fight tooth and nail for it, man.
I'll fight tooth and nail to keep him out of there. I'll fight that guy.
Well, hopefully you won't have to because he's hopefully going to go to jail.
I swear.
Yeah.
These
But anyway,
people.
when the white woman holding the sign, when she went into the meeting, she's still holding it, and some guy comes up to her to say, "Hey, FYI, like you and this sign are being blasted all over TV right now, and not in a good way." Watch her reaction to finding that out.
Really? It's negative?
Shrug. She just shrugged it off, like no big deal. So Winsome tweeted about it saying, "I'm disgusted but not surprised. This is the tolerant left Abigail Spanberger defends. I'm the sitting lieutenant governor, second in command in the former capital of the Confederate States. I'm an immigrant, a Marine, and above all, a human being. There is no place for this disgusting hatred in our Commonwealth. Anyone who doesn't condemn this sign is complicit in approving it."
And you know what? That possum person, if Winsome Sears moved into her neighborhood, she wouldn't be good enough for her. You know
That's
why?
right.
Because she's MAGA. She's somebody on the right. That's not good. That's not the right kind of black person. These people are gross.
Oh my gosh. So
racist.
gross.
They're all racist. And then they try to project that crap on us. No, thank you, but no, I reject it.
I'm hoping at some point we can talk to her. Winsome would be a great person to
I
have
love
on
her.
our show.
She is
I would love that.
amazing. Yes, she is awesome.
Yeah.
We are hoping.
Meanwhile, things continue to move forward in Governor Newsom's California with respect to all this gerrymandering and redistricting. And as a mayor in his state pointed out, He said there are more than 1 million Californians out of work, and out of respect to them, I would ask that the governor's office spend more time implementing Prop 36 and other much needed reforms instead of trolling employers, because Gavin Newsom's press office cannot stop talking about Bed Bath & Beyond and basically saying, we don't need you, you suck. I mean, they're like trolling them as hard as they can. It's ridiculous. So that even a mayor is like, dude, we got shit to fix in California. And this is how you're spending your time?
Yeah, he also gave a CDL to an illegal that, the guy just killed 3 people on the highway. So he's trying
to blame it on DeSantis or Trump somehow.
You're the one who did it, dude. You're the one who's given out licenses to everybody, like to every illegal, to all these people. I mean, I was talking to my son about it last night. He's like, he gives license. The state of California gives licenses to everybody. And then that CDL came from the state of California. That's what it was. So he's got a lot of problems. He's too busy podcasting to deal with his own crap.
Yep, absolutely.
You got houses to rebuild there, dude.
Well, and it's just, it's ridiculous because California is already pretty well gerrymandered. I mean, yes, if this actually goes through, they're going to get more blue seats. But the fact that other super liberal states are like saying game on. Kathy Hochul is another one of these idiot governors who's like, oh, Texas passed their redistricting maps. Game on. Girl, please. Have you seen how completely gerrymandered your state already is?
Right.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
God.
I'm just, I'm just going to interject, because 4 million between 2019 to now, 4 million people, almost 4 million, is like a little less than 4 million, have left the state of California.
And businesses too.
Right. It's not going to stop. He can try to act like, oh, everything's fine and I'm awesome, and pound his chest and say, and get on Twitter and try to act like Trump. People are fleeing your state because it sucks, dude. It sucks. Like, have some the fact that these people do not have any self-reflection just shows you how childlike they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
And if they want to play the gerrymandering game, they are already gerrymandered to death. And so it's when Republicans fight back that Democrats should be worried. And now Missouri is officially planning to redraw its 2026 U.S. House map to favor Republicans. Bonchi from Red State weighed in about that. And if you want to pick this fight, okay. He retweeted Trump, who said, the great state of Missouri is now in. I'm not surprised. It is a great state with fabulous people. I won it all 3 times in a landslide. We're going to win the midterms in Missouri again, bigger and better than ever before. And Bonchi said, all Newsom's bluster has done is start a war that Democrats cannot win. So congrats to him.
I agree.
On that.
I totally agree. Yeah, it's like a sleeping giant. I don't think he wanted to do this.
He's doing it.
He's
getting so ridiculously tough guy about it. You guys, this video, oh my God, check this out.
This is radical rigging of a midterm election. Radical rigging of an election, destroying, vandalizing this democracy. The rule of law. So I'm sorry. I know some people's sensibilities. I respect and appreciate that. But right now, with all due respect, we're walking down a damn different path. We're fighting fire with fire, and we're going to punch these in the mouth.
Okay. He wanted so badly to cross his legs. He was like sitting, and it was so uncomfortable for him to sit like he was sitting because he's so used to crossing his legs like a woman. Yeah, I'm sorry about it.
Him trying to be like, we're going to punch these, whatever it was that he said, in the face. Just, dude, stop. You would run scared, screaming like a girl at the slightest provocation.
Yeah.
But you'll notice that
my hair, don't mess it up.
You'll notice that he mentioned, this is like an affront to our democracy. And that leads me to the video that I was referencing earlier with this. I guess he's a Hollywood producer who died years and years ago, like in the early 2000s, I think. Aaron Russo is his name. And I saw this video of him explaining why it's wrong for people to constantly refer to the democracy when, of course, we're a constitutional republic. And he just had a really, really good way of breaking that down. I hope someone sends this to Gavin.
If you ask 100 people on the street, what kind of government is America supposed to be? 99% of them will tell you a democracy. But that's a lie. The word democracy is not written into the Constitution at one time. It's not in the Bill of Rights. It's not in the Declaration of Independence. The Founding Fathers hated the idea of a democracy. They thought it was the worst form of government there is. And I agree with them. Because in a democracy, 51% of the people control 49% of the people. If you're part of the 49%, you're not free. America was founded as a constitutional republic. And in that constitutional republic that we have, 99% of the people can't take away the rights of 1%. You have your rights because you were born with them, human rights that nobody can take away from you. The government, the majority, no matter who they are, I can't take away your rights. And that's what our founding fathers gave us. But the psychological operations that they do to us, they make us believe that we're a democracy.
Right.
And that majority rules, you see? And they want you to believe that. Because then they tell you this poll says this many want this and this many want that and this many want this. And it doesn't have anything to do with anything. You hear George Bush saying democracy means freedom. No. Democracy equals New World Order.
Yes.
Democracy equals slavery.
Yes.
The word democracy is not synonymous with freedom. It's the opposite of freedom. Democracy is the worst form of government you can have because it's majority rule. And the government can tell you exactly what they want to tell you to do. The majority wants it. I don't care what the majority wants. I live my life as I choose. And if I don't commit violence, theft, or fraud against another human being, I can live my life as I wish. That's my choice. And if I'm allowed to make mistakes, because when you make mistakes, you learn from them. You grow as a human being. We're put on this earth to become the best individuals we can be, right? We're not here to put on this earth so that the government can tell us how to live our lives and what we must do. We put into these systems and these paradigms. No.
I love this guy.
Wasn't that great?
God, I love him so much. He is 100% correct. That should be played in every single high school for every kid to understand it moving forward before they get to college. Because
it should actually be played for Congress right now.
Right.
Because they keep saying it.
Yeah. And if anybody is committing theft and fraud and violence, it's them. It's not the people who understand that we are a constitutional republic. Oh my God, that was so beautiful. I want to inject that into my veins.
I know. It's so good. And I don't know when he said those things. Obviously, it was a long time ago because he has been dead for quite some time. And I'd never heard of him. But to hear that he, had a producing role in Hollywood, he's kind of a big deal. I was just like, who is that guy? That's amazing. Right. Such an amazing breakdown. So good. Speaking of California, interesting tidbit that I did not know about Gavin Newsom. I mean, we know he's a skeeve. We know he cheated on his wife with his best friend's
wife. Right.
But I did not know that back in the day, he dated, as a 39-year-old man, he dated a 19-year-old model / restaurant hostess. And apparently there was some hullabaloo around it because she was caught drinking at some point. And then he had, his spokesperson had to come out and say, well, Gavin didn't give her the drink. It's not because of him. But he actually asked her, hey, can you update your MySpace so that it shows that you're 26 and not 19? What a freaking scumbag.
Oh my God. She was a lacrosse player? Seriously?
I mean,
why would a college lacrosse player want to be with that guy?
Oh my God.
She's probably sitting around right now going, God, that is a regret. Big regret.
Big regret for sure. I guess it's just California, man. California produces some really disgusting Democrats. Case in point, right now, among the contenders for governor, Katie Porter, who you may remember from such things as being a crazed woman, according to Banshee, who poured boiling mashed potatoes on her ex-husband's head and verbally abused a military liaison in her office. She is leading the race for governor of California. She's going to win, you guys.
Good luck, you guys.
God, I mean, she's at 21% compared to Republican Chad Bianco at 15 and Steve Hilton at 12, and then a bunch of other people who are on the Democrat side. This is according to Politico. So California knows how to pick them.
And going back to that story of that disgusting dude that wanted to be in the locker rooms, she would love that. She would love nothing more than to have that dude in the locker rooms. Honestly, these people are nuts. Okay, California, you get the government you deserve.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't either. I honestly don't.
And then, speaking of other horrible politicians who come from California, Kamala Harris announced with this really not great video that she's going on a worldwide book tour, which includes a stop in Canada and a stop in the UK, and then several US cities. Here is what she tweeted about it before putting out her hype video. She said, 107 days is my candid and personal account of the shortest presidential campaign in modern history. Over the next few months, I'll travel our country to share behind the scenes moments, lessons learned, and how we keep moving forward together. I will see you out there. Here is her ridiculous video of the book tour.
Oh my God.
And now it is my honor
to now announce Kamala Harris.
We've written a book, 107 days.
It's good to be home.
Shortest presidential campaign of all time.
Live from New York and Saturday.
What do you want people to take from the story that you have to tell of those 107 days?
That's it.
That's the ad.
That's it. I love the Ukraine colors in there. It's great.
Ooh, that's a good catch.
Gotta put that hat tip to Ukraine, since that whole party like bows down.
Aren't
to
you
Ukraine.
so pumped up though? Aren't you so pumped up?
They should have used like the Jock Jam CD. I would have been more pumped if they used that music from Jock Jams. You know what I mean? It's just, I know I'm not pumped up at all. There's no substance there. It's like lessons learned. The lesson is they put you there. You're an idiot. That's why you lost. Lesson learned. There you go. I saved you guys a lot of money.
Who's going to read that or like buy tickets to go hear her talk about this book? And when is she going to realize that nobody is into her? Nobody.
Well, some of the late night hosts, the ones that is Steve, or the guy that's been laid. What was the guy that's been laid off? What's his name?
Colbert.
Colbert. That guy will read it. He'll read the book.
Yeah, he probably will.
He'll read it. He'll have his herbal tea and he'll read it. He'll curl up with a nice blankie and he'll read it. People like that. They'll think it's really, inspiring, I guess. I, for one, don't care. I just can't believe she's going to make money off of a book. Like, she didn't write it. She didn't write it. Nobody writes their own books. She's not writing
Except
it.
for us. We did. We
wrote our own book. That's right.
Also, moving to your neck of the woods, this announcement was made yesterday that Chip Roy is going to be running for Attorney General as Ken Paxton runs for Senate. So there's some musical chairs happening here, and Chip Roy would be an amazing Attorney General for sure. But I do worry about all of these like solid congressional House seats being
up for grabs.
Yeah, like Nancy Mace, of course, is another. I mean, there's a lot of people who are either not running again or they're running for different things. And I'm like, but like our majority is so thin. Already.
Yeah. Local Texas politics is weird. It's just weird.
It's weird, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple good ones, but then there's so many bad ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've dipped my foot into that and I'm like, I'm going to just dip right out. Because you know what I mean?
Someone's asking if he's an attorney. Yes, he is, in fact, an attorney.
Yeah, he'll be great.
Yeah, I think he would be amazing. He's gonna be a loss, in the House. It's gonna be a loss. So moving on to just RNC, DNC politics. Here was an interesting stat about cash on hand. As of the end of July, the RNC is hanging on to about $84 million.
Wow.
Compared to the DNC's not quite 14 million.
It's so interesting because it wasn't that way just, a couple years ago. So if this is indicative of just people knowing that the Democrats are backtrack crazy, I think, just if you look at money and you think and fundraising and people going, who do I want to support? People who are common sense, normal people, or people who are letting men into girls' bathrooms and cutting off the genitalia of children?
Exactly.
I feel like this is a good sign. I feel like it's good.
And you're not alone. And in fact, there's some great news, generationally speaking, that Generation Z is now on pace to become the most conservative generation in nearly 100 years, with young white males flocking to the Republican Party in droves.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good news.
Listen, I know it's white young men, right? But I also think that it's Black young men. And I think that it's Hispanic young men. And I think that it's young women. My daughter is a conservative. I guess she's a Gen Z, or she's a Gen Z or an Alpha. I don't know what she is. Anyway, she's young.
I can't remember when the cutoff is.
She's young, but like all of her friends, conservatives, I mean, they are all common sense. I really think that you're right. Like, this is dead on. And then a lot of the younger generation are like, they're more Gen X-y, if that makes sense. They're
I think that's right.
They're very common sense. They have more of a Gen X sensibility. They don't have their head in the clouds. They're not idiots. They're like, this stuff is stupid. Why would, they're starting to swing more right, which makes me have hope. So that's good.
Yeah, for sure. I love both of these stats. The one about the money, the one about the generations. This is great. This is absolutely great news. Yesterday, Trump decided that he was going to pay a visit to the DC cops and the National Guard folks who are patrolling the streets right now. Word on the street is that he even did a ride along. I haven't seen any information about that specifically, but he did come to greet a whole bunch of the cops and National Guardsmen. And it was just interesting because when he stops, like he walks through kind of like a receiving line almost on both sides of him. He walks in this pathway and then he stops to make remarks in front of, some of them. And there is a woman cop who is standing right behind him. Her face she clearly hates him. You guys, like, it's clear that she hates him. And I love that she had to be there and just like put up with it. You know what I mean? So his remarks were fun and very, he was giving gratitude to all of them for their service. And so here's, I have two clips to share. Here's the first one, but you'll see the lady I'm talking about.
Okay,
she's hard to miss.
Hello. It's a healthy, attractive looking group of people. It's good. Well, I just want to thank everybody very much for being here. I wanted to do this. We've had some incredible results. The results have come out, and it's like a different place. It's like a different city. It's the capital. It's going to be the best in the world. We're going to do what you're doing with law enforcement, and very importantly also, we're going to physically do it. We're going back to Congress for some money, and we're going to redo a lot of the pavement, a lot of the medians, a lot of the graffiti's all coming off real fast. It's going to come down real fast.
Okay, so you can see the woman I'm talking about, right?
I mean, we're sure that's a woman, right?
Fair point. I mean, that is a fair point.
I'm just making sure. My glasses aren't that great. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just making sure.
You can tell that she is not taking any kind of delight in any of his remarks, even when he does his like super Trumpy stuff, like where he says, there's nobody in the universe that knows as much about grass as he does.
I love it. I totally love it.
Oh my God. She just cannot even crack a tiny smile. Here he is.
One of the things we're going to be redoing is your parks. I'm very good at grass because I have a lot of golf courses all over the place. I know more about grass than any human being, I think, anywhere in the world.
She's like, I'm not going to laugh. I'm not going to laugh. I'm not going to laugh.
And meanwhile, what's his name? What's that guy's name? The guy that was next to him?
Is it Burgess?
Yes.
Doug
or Burgum.
Burgum. Doug Burgum. Yeah, he ran for president.
He was cracking up.
I said grass. It's so great. You
right?
do know a lot about grass.
Because he knows, he knows that that's a Trumpy thing to say, and you just laugh at it for crying out loud.
It's hysterical. God, get a sense of humor. These people need to take the plugs out of their butts and laugh.
Yes.
Good Lord.
our BFF, Scott Jennings. He was on with Abby on Abby Phillips' show night before last. And he was talking about the plight, essentially, of Democrats and why they're so struggling right now. Here is a little bit of his take, and then we have another clip to share as well.
Democrats are hemorrhaging voters because they've chosen all the wrong constituencies. They seem to care more about illegal aliens than American citizens, violent criminals than law-abiding citizens, and the Palestinian flag more than the American flag. That is not true, and that is when you take those positions on things like that, people tend to run to the other party, and that's
true. He's absolutely right. It's
nothing
true.
he said was wrong. It doesn't matter how often they were like, "That's not true. That's not true.
That's not
It's
true."
true.
It actually is true. It's data. Sorry about your feelings. They don't count here, and they don't count. They totally don't count, Abby. Shut up. And then it's like, go back to the fundraising. We are like at 80 something million. Y'all are at, sorry. That's why. Because y'all are crazy.
You suck. You
Like,
suck so hard.
People don't gravitate towards the crazy. Normal people are like, I don't want to be near that sort of batshittery. Thank you. But no.
So on that same panel was some like 12-year-old who apparently is a contributor, the Midas Touch or something.
What is that?
Some lib rag. Who knows? But he was literally, I don't know if his balls have dropped, you guys. That's how young he is.
They haven't dropped.
But he was on there, and I don't even know what kind of point he's making. It doesn't matter. What I need for everybody to focus on is Scott's face in this, okay? Because he just can't hide his utter disdain for this idiot, and it's beautiful.
Residents that Trump is claiming to help, they say that they oppose it at a 79% rate. 61% of them feel less safe. When you ask them what they care about the most, it's not homicides, it's not carjackings, it's Trump's occupation of D.C. So the question then becomes, who are we helping here? Who are we helping here? The idea that public policy isn't meant to serve the public in D.C. is absolutely absurd when Trump was claiming he was helping the public. So the question that I then want to ask is, why don't we mobilize the National Guard to the 8 out of 10 red states that are the highest homicide states? If this decreases crime, and that's sufficient enough to mobilize the National Guard against the explicit will of the people of D.C.
Scott's like, I'm going to slap you so maybe you'll go through puberty. Just like maybe on the show. He really is 12. He's like 11 or 12 years old.
Yeah. And the eye roll was my favorite thing about that. So Scott sent us that clip. Like he DM'd it to us on Twitter, and I just loved it so much that I decided to make a GIF of that moment, and I sent it to him, and he was like, OMG. But here it is 3 times in a row even, because I love it so much.
It's so great.
So now, if it's I think it takes like 48 hours or so for it to show up in Giphy, like on the app. But if you ever need an eye roll GIF to send back to someone,
there you go.
You'll be able to find it under Chicks on the Right or Scott Jennings.
There you go. Just look for it. That's a good one.
Isn't it a good one? I'm really proud of it.
Eye roll. It's very hearty.
All right. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about Marjorie Taylor Greene's appearance on the Megyn Kelly show. And again, we made like 1,700 disclaimers that neither of us had watched the full interview. I had only seen a 15-minute clip, was not happy particularly with that 15-minute clip. But we always give Megyn Kelly the benefit of the doubt because she is Megyn Kelly and she is amazing. The problem is a lot of people are complaining that Marjorie Taylor Greene said many, many untrue things without pushback from Megyn Kelly. Again, I have not watched the whole thing, so I can't comment on how much pushback there was or wasn't, except for in this clip. Now, this is one example of Marjorie Taylor Greene flat out lying her face off. And Megyn does push back, not on the fact that Marjorie is lying because she doesn't know that she's lying. She's simply in disbelief about the case itself that Marjorie is presenting. So again, no shade to Megyn Kelly whatsoever on this. She does push back. She just doesn't have the facts of the case in real time, and that's not her fault. You know what I mean? But you'll see why Marjorie Taylor Greene is lying in this in just a moment. Here is the moment in question.
Came from Judge McFadden. He just had a ruling that you can burn any flag in the United States of America, and including our own American flag, except you can't burn the Israeli flag in America.
Who said that?
Judge McFadden.
In what context?
In his court. It just happened.
Well, that's not going to be upheld.
Shouldn't be.
That's a violation of the First Amendment, blatant, and it will be struck down as soon as it goes up on appeal. What a
So it's
ridiculous notion.
Should be. He said in what he wrote is that the Israeli flag, it's an identity erase.
She is a complete liar. As Blue Georgia, this account posted, he said, a clueless MTG says, Judge McFadden, he just had a ruling. You can't burn any flag in the U.S., including our own American flag, except you can't burn the Israeli flag in America. What the judge said was, quote, purposefully yanking on an Israeli flag tied around a Jewish person's neck to choke them is direct evidence of racial discrimination. And the lawyer...
Two things are different. They're a little different.
The lawyer in that case said, Dear MTG, you are an illiterate fool. The opinion had literally nothing to do with burning any flags. Our client was wearing an Israeli flag and an anti-Semite choked her with it. Megyn, you need to do a much better job of pushing back against clearly asinine assertions. She did. I thought she did fine because she didn't know the case. She can't be expected to know everything.
No.
And so she pushed back because it sounded ridiculous, because it is ridiculous, because Marjorie Taylor Greene is a big, fat, anti-Semite liar. And so I'm sick of her. I'm sick of this infection of anti-Semitism that is infecting all over people on the right. What is going on?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know, but I don't like it. And we're gonna call it out. I'm gonna keep calling it out
every time.
And people can keep coming to our Instagram page and telling me that they want like me to have a heart attack and stuff like that. They can keep telling me that, and they can keep calling me ugly, and they can keep telling me they're unfollowing, and I don't give a shit. I will help you unfollow me. I will help you.
Yes.
If you are an anti-Semite and you are a Holocaust denier and you are a nut job, I will help you unfollow me. I don't give a shit, because there are these people out there that think that we're somehow being paid by Israel to do that. No, we have been doing this for 17 years. There was a time that I remember when it was not okay to be anti-Semitic. And now all of a sudden it's cool. I'm sorry. We've been consistent on this for the past 17 years. There are people in our realm that are not. Like for some reason, over the past 5-6 years, they've changed their tune. And it was, I'm totally against this. I think it's awful to be and now all of a sudden they are anti-Semitic. Mm-hmm. We've been consistent. I'm not being paid by Israel. You know what I mean?
If Israel wants to pay us, like, let us know. But
that's fine. I'm fine to do an ad for them. But this is the thing. Like, if people want to like say that I'm being paid by, prove it.
Yeah.
Prove it.
It's all nonsense. It's all nonsense.
Swear to God.
And Shabos Kestenbaum, I loved this tweet because he's fed up too. He was like, Marjorie Taylor Greene is not the dumbest member of Congress, but she better hope to God that Jasmine Crockett doesn't die.
That was great. I love it.
I just freaking love that.
It's just so great. It's so great.
God, I'm so sick of this coming from our side. I just can't stand it.
It's literally like it's a trend. It's just it's a weird trend that's just starting to happen over the past 1 to 2 years. And I'm like, okay, I'm 53. I don't follow trends. Just FYI.
And I do want to watch the entire interview, but I remain huge fan of Megyn, giving her complete benefit of the doubt on this. I know people are upset at her. I am just not among them, at least not yet, because I haven't seen the rest of it. But Marjorie, she is lost. I mean, she's lost. She's a mess. All right, moving on. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but now there was movement on this story yesterday quite a bit, and that is the Cracker Barrel new logo, new branding story. So it turns out the CEO of Cracker Barrel is this woman. Her name's Julie Fels-Massino, and she announced plans last year to rebrand Cracker Barrel because she said, quote, it's not relevant anymore. She also believes that people in middle-class neighborhoods should have higher menu prices than people in low-income neighborhoods. Okay. So she wanted to not only change the logo and the restaurant itself and the menu, she also said she wanted to clear the clutter from the walls, which is, of course, one of the most endearing things about it.
Okay.
So she's listen, I know a lot of people are saying Cracker Barrel has gone woke. I don't know that that's the case. They've just had a really bad branding change. That's all.
Yeah,
I don't know how woke it is.
I don't know, like this, she's making it very, and people are gonna get mad at me for saying this. I'm sorry, not sorry. She's making it very millennial sterile. And
Yeah,
it's like
it's
all
too
white.
sterile.
It's white shiplap. It's like, can we just be more unoriginal with this?
Yeah.
Like with the rebrand, just from an aesthetic perspective. I'm not even talking political. From an aesthetic perspective, like seriously, yawn. Like there's nothing original about the look of this place. It looks like every other place. That's why Cracker Barrel was so. It just was endearing because it looked like Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you
Like
could
it had-
count on it no matter where you were in the United States. You could count on Cracker Barrel to give you the
Exactly.
old-timey country cluttery feeling.
Yeah,
That is
like
the greatest.
Every other new restaurant has like the white shiplap and the gray walls and like I mean, I get it. We get,
yeah.
But I mean, this is why like marketing now, I don't know. I look at, used to be that marketing departments used to be original and edgy and they would come up with things that were cool. And now I feel like these marketing departments, they can actually be replaced by Chat GPT. AI can replace these people because there's just nothing original about it. I mean, they could do a better job. So just fire the whole marketing department, let them come up with something better, because they hired, I think it was 3 different agencies to come up with that logo.
God,
3 agencies.
Oh my God. And all
we
they did was remove the dude.
Right. 3 agencies went and they, I mean, you guys saw the logo that we showed you yesterday. All they did was, get rid of the old dude. That's it. That's all they did. Like the
old country store, text.
The font's the same. The colors are the same. Everything's the same. It's just they got rid of the old dude because we don't want old people coming in. That's your demo is old people. Literally. That's who goes to Cracker Barrel, are old people that want to go have breakfast with one another and meet up and then go walk at the mall. That's your demo. You basically just alienated your demo. Congratulations. It's so stupid.
She was on one of the news shows talking about how she's just getting amazing feedback about this. It's all fantastic. Here she is to lie. And this is what it looks like.
All right, I got to ask this question. I think I probably know the answer. What if all the customers are coming at you hard enough about the look of the restaurants and they want to go back to the old way? Would you do it?
Honestly, the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive that people like what we're doing.
Really?
I'll give you another soundbite. I actually happened to be in Orlando last week with all of our managers. We bring them together and every other year. And the number one question that I got asked, Michael, was, how can I get a remodel? When can I get a remodel? How do I get on the list?
Oh, really?
So because the feedback and the buzz is so good, not only from our customers, but from our team members. They want to work in a wonderful restaurant. So we're doing everything for our guests and our team members.
Well, Julie Messino, it's wonderful to have you here.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you for answering those questions for all the Cracker Barrel fans out there. There's a lot of great changes.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, we'll see how they're.
And this is what happened to their stock yesterday.
I know, right? Yeah, okay. We're all so delighted by it, lady. Okay.
I mean, come on. It's just such a dumbass, unnecessary, no one asked for this kind of move.
Right.
And Clay Travis did a news show yesterday where he talked about it, and he's so Clay about it. I love him. And so here he is on the Cracker Barrel fiasco.
Social media users are firing off. One said, when will they learn? And country singer-songwriter John Rich writing, quote, this could be a Bud Light moment in the making. Clay, is this a Bud Light moment? I mean, why? Why change something that is so classic?
They're morons. The CEO is a moron, Aisha. This company is based just down the road from me here in the Nashville area. Stock price, you should put this graphic up. Down $8 today. If you announce a new logo and your stock price tanks by $100 million, there you go. Look at that right now. They should fire the CEO on the spot for being a moron. Look, I have a lot of jobs, Aisha, but I'm willing to give one more here. I will keep companies from making disastrous decisions. Bud Light, Nike, Cracker Barrel. Just ask me, would a moron do this? I will tell you, yes, don't do it. I'll save you billions.
Did you do you have the Steak and Shake response to them? Okay. because that is my favorite. The Steak and Shake response says it all.
But I mean, I love what Clay said there, where he's just like, I could have given them so much free advice, or they could have just paid me and said, hey, is this a good idea? And he would have been like, no, you idiots.
They could have asked
This
anybody.
is a terrible idea.
They could have asked any of us that actually eat there or go, like participate in the Cracker Barrel experience. And all of us would have been like, no, don't do this.
What are you doing?
People go to Cracker Barrel for a reason. And
Right.
it's not what they're doing right now.
Exactly. So here is what Steak and Shake said. They said sometimes people want to change things just to put their own personality on things. At CB, their goal is to just delete the personality altogether, hence the elimination of the old timer from the signage. Heritage is what got Cracker Barrel this far, and now the CEO wants to just scrape it all away. At Steak and Shake, we take pride in our history, our families, our American values. All are welcome. We will never market ourselves away from our past in a cheap effort to gain the approval of trend seekers.
I love that. I love it. Yeah, that's why you always see like the old time pictures and stuff at Steak and Shake, because they do. You should do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that chick, man.
And now they got beef tallow fries. So
yeah, big mistake, Cracker Barrel. Huge.
It was a big mistake. I thought you would appreciate this guy's tweets that I have here that is unrelated. We're switching gears now to, remember how we had a conversation, I want to say it was like a week or two ago, about how a lot of people are using, and I know you're one of them, ChatGPT or other AI platforms to get medical answers, to, put in questions to get medical answers either before or in conjunction with visiting a doctor.
It's basically my doctor now in some respects, at least for like half of the things that I deal with, because no offense, but some of my doctors are useless.
It's true. And amazingly, you're going to see a tweet from someone who asked for advice about sciatica, which they just put out on Twitter. So DGH tweeted, sciatic nerve pain in the glute is the worst thing I've ever experienced as a grown man with dozens of sports injuries, surgeries, etc. This shit is absolutely excruciating. And just some random Twitter follower, 69RF, said, I had this shit so severe, I couldn't actually lift my leg. I tried most things, even cortisol injections in my spine, thought I'd never actually be able to run again. The one thing that saved me was a pull-up bar. Literally just hang from it for 30 seconds, just let your knees hang. And so sometime later, I don't know if it was days or weeks, DGH said, I am still in shock that a random anon on crypto Twitter fixed my debilitating pinched nerve pain with a single casual tweet after I spent 6 months going in circles with doctors and specialists. WTF is wrong with our medical system.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I know you can relate.
Well, I can relate because stuff that I deal with, I'll go in and the last time I went into my endocrinologist, when I saw that she was actually Googling things during our appointment, I thought, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do some of this stuff on my own, because why am I here? Why am I here?
Right.
Listen, I'm not saying that all doctors are like that. I'm sure there are doctors out there who are great doctors. And I do have a primary care physician he seems like a great guy. He's great. I feel like he's thorough. He's actually a DO. And I like DOs. I have a lot of respect for DOs because they have more of a holistic view of the body, and I'm into that. But like some of these specialists, they have no idea what the F they're doing.
Yep.
No idea. And they don't look at you as a person. They just look at like one thing, and then they're like, you ask them something that you've done research about, and they get all flustered and they don't know. Did you go to medical school? Because I feel like I know more about this than you do, and that freaks me out. So I'm not going to come back. And that's how I feel about
it. Just seems like such a way for them to just push drugs on you.
Right.
Like
It's always
immediately, let me just write you a script.
Yes.
And sometimes you just need to hang from a bar.
I totally agree. Sometimes I feel like they are. Listen, I worked for pharma, and I don't need a middleman for pharmaceuticals. I need somebody that is a doctor that wants me to be well. That's what doctors are supposed to be. So yeah, I totally agree, Mock. I think our medical system is broken. And then you look at some of the people who are getting into medical school. We've talked about that. That's a whole other conversation. Like, that's terrifying, you guys. It's terrifying.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It could not be more true. All right. Moving on to what's going on with food stamps. You know that as part of MAHA, there is a push to eliminate, like super sugary drinks and like super junky food from food stamps, because we shouldn't be, like subsidizing terrible health. And so there's one woman who is on food stamps who is very upset about the new requirement that in order to receive taxpayer money, you got to either work if you're able-bodied or at least at a minimum contribute to your community in some way. So here is what entitlement looks like in the form of food stamps.
Can someone please help me make sense of this? I've been receiving food stamps for the last 7 years, consistently. I just received a letter in the mail telling me that I now have to do community service hours at least 15 hours a week. I have to take out of my time things that I do every day to do community service so that I can still continue to receive the benefits that I receive. Mind you, I am receiving the maximum benefit. I get $2,000 in food stamps a month.
Wow.
But that is only because I have 3 kids.
Oh, really?
Now, how do they expect me to be able to do community service hours if I can't even get a regular job? So I'm at risk of losing my food stamp benefits because I'm not putting in effort. Are you serious?
Yes, we're serious.
Yeah, we're totally serious. Like, I remember when we wrote about this in our book. Remember when there used to be shame with this stuff? There was shame associated with this stuff. And now it's like she's just out there. She doesn't care who knows it. She's like, hey, by the way, I take $2,000 of your money that you guys worked for. And I'm pretty able-bodied. I don't give a shit. I'm just going to tell her. She looked like she could work. I can't get a job. Why? You look like you could actually get a job. You could actually work online. I feel like that shit could work. Why aren't you working?
I mean, there's definitely things you can do at home,
right?
Or even a couple hours a week outside the home. You can do the things.
What's broken here? I don't think you're able to type. You're able to get online. You're able to make videos. So do that.
So entitled. My
It
gosh.
is. It's crazy.
And then just continuing on with our theme of worrying about who my kid is going to date if he doesn't marry Gwen. Because women out there, you guys, they're awful. Case in point.
Met a good man my entire life, going on almost 32 years, okay? I've never met one genuinely good man. Every single man I have encountered has done something absolutely horrific and minimized it. Every single man that I've encountered is a liar, is a perv, and does not see women as humans. Every single man that I've ever encountered is so far up the patriarchy's booty butt. They genuinely think that it's okay for them to not grow past the mental age of 12. They genuinely think that having a job is all that they need to do. I have never met a good man. Not my father, I don't consider him a good man. My brothers, really not good men. My ex, baby daddy, not a good man. His dad, horrible man. His 2 brothers, one of them is halfway decent, but still don't consider him good. His sister's husband, really shitty. All of my male family members, horrible people. All of my past male colleagues, all of my male instructors, professors, all of them are fucking horrible. Horrible. There is no such thing as a good man. And if you think you're a good man, please explain why.
Maybe it's her.
Waiting for you to say that. I was just waiting.
I mean,
she doesn't.
There's a common denominator here.
I know. I feel like all of these people. I feel like it's you. Look in the mirror, and that's the thing. I mean, they probably would say the same thing about you.
I mean,
you don't seem like a very good person. Yeah,
it's a scary place out there, you guys.
And she thought that her baby daddy was good enough to have a baby with. So what's that about? Just
yikes. Big yikes. All right, we need some fun things, and I have cute animals to take us into the weekend, starting with a bat. Look at him.
Oh my God, I love bats.
Isn't he the sweetest little bat?
People think they're so like awful, but they're actually adorable.
they're precious sky puppies. I love them.
They are sky puppies.
It's so cute. And then look at this little girl, how lucky she is. She gets 3 baby raccoons. Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh, she's very lucky. Oh my god.
She's like, their sounds. Oh my god, the sounds.
So cute.
We were just talking before we went live about how, was it Coda that threw up on the couch?
Coda puked on the couch this morning, you guys.
Coda puked on the couch.
This is my life. It's very glamorous. Extremely. This is because, you know, Israel pays us. And
right.
I live a very glamorous life. And so I had my maid clean it up. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, for sure. This made me think of that because sometimes people with dogs hope that they can go buy a new couch and make it a no dog zone, right? Like they have the best of intentions when they get a new couch. There will be no dogs on this couch. That is what this couple did, and they had another thing coming.
That is so my house. That is so my house. You guys, and when you have a Great Dane and he does that, the couch will move.
Of course.
I have to constantly move my couches back to their like original position because the dogs run around and then it's Coda. Coda will jump on the couch and the couch moves like 4 feet across the floor. Insanity. My life.
But man, dogs, you gotta love them. There's a dog in this next video who is just absolutely intent on catching light that is shining on a wall. You guys, it's just such a fail, and I just love him.
That's so mean.
I mean, nobody's doing it to him.
So darling. Somebody needs to just like take it and cover it up and go, no, honey, no.
No, it's not for you.
No.
And because dogs are amazing, unfortunately, there's music in the back of this, in the background of this montage of just dogs being like just the best dogs. Like, when you try to explain to somebody, here is why you need a dog, and you just can't explain it, you just show them this montage, right? And so imagine just like sweet music in the background that I had to delete because of copyright issues.
Right.
But the visual, you guys, this is what it means to love a dog. I mean,
my God. How do you explain that to somebody who doesn't have a dog? I mean, like the puking and the pooping and all that stuff. And I can't have nice things. It's fine. But I have dogs, you guys. I have dogs. Because look at that.
It's just, I mean,
you can't.
Every last bad thing they do, it's worth it.
It doesn't matter because you have them. Like, look at that. They're the best. They're the absolute best.
You can't. This is just the best way to explain it here.
Right here. This is it. It is. It's the greatest thing. Oh my God. I mean, it's so true. That's literally Theo with me. Theo will not leave my side. He gets so mad that I lock him out in the mornings. I should probably just let him stay in here because he's my favorite. You know what I mean? You have favorites. Look at that, darling.
You can smell the video. You can smell it.
God.
Just the most precious,
so
precious creatures.
Right.
All right. I screwed up yesterday and I did not catch the Venmos that people, maybe I should look there first actually today. Because if people sent Venmos yesterday, I just completely ignored them and I feel terrible about it. And so I want to make sure, there is one today. So we'll make sure to catch everybody from yesterday. Wanda said Victor Davis Hanson said recently that DJT broke the Democrat Party. I am there for it. I just wish Rush was here to see it.
Amen, Wanda. Gosh, I miss Rush.
Yeah. It would be he would be loving so much of what's happening right now.
He would be, right?
Let's see. Anessa Rushidi said, please help me congratulate my daughter for earning her pilot's license. She's off to college now and on her way to becoming an airline pilot to follow in the footsteps of her mom and dad.
That is so cool. Gwen has one of her best friends wants to be a pilot. She wants to go into the Air Force and then become a regular commercial pilot. So that is just, what a cool thing. What a badass.
I know.
Really neat.
And I love that it's all in the family, you know?
So neat, Anessa. So neat.
Really, really cool. Colleen W. said, Daisy, the whole point of Cracker Barrel is to be old and country.
Yeah.
Yup.
That's right.
Absolutely every dish from Cracker Barrel is better at Denny's or Bob Evans. The worthy experience was all about shopping and rocking with family. It was slow on purpose.
That's right.
R.I.P. Cracker Barrel.
I love the store. I love the store and all the
so love the
hokey stuff in it. I always walked out of there with something I didn't need. It's
Totally. That is the whole point.
That's
Julie
right.
Fuelberth said, thanks, chicks, for navigating this crazy, fast, and unpredictable news cycle like seasoned F1 drivers. The shows have been great. Cheers. Thank you so much for that.
Julie.
And then today, Connie LaFrance said, girls, my new ice machine arrived and I'm so excited. Daisy, I'm with you. Sonic ice at home is heaven.
Every day. Every morning I fill it with water. And Gwen, my daughter, I have to fill her water. My job is to fill her water bottles in the morning. My husband helps with lunch and all that kind of stuff. But we kind of have like a system going. And I always put the crunchy ice in there, like the Sonic ice. She's so spoiled. So spoiled. She has no idea.
On Locals, Roth Lady Wright says, why do Democrats not realize when they're done that they should actually just go the hell away, disappear, jump in a lake, an ocean, maybe out of a plane with a defective parachute, no books, no tours, go hide and drink yourself smart and non-existent. She also said, $2,000 a month, shut the F up, go get your fat ass up and get a damn job, send your kids to school. $2,000 a month, the hell you say, biatch, just shut up. These people, I just can't. I officially quit these people. Let me off the ride. Are you freaking kidding me?
$2,000 a month is a ton of money.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah, I'd be fine to get groceries for $2,000 a month.
Oh my God.
God. All right, now you.
Lisa Quaid, got to tell you, don't F with your face segment creeps me out for the entire day. Don't F with your face. Okay, Terry Ray Nick, 6070. Never let a journalist today ask why. If they're whying, they're lying. That's right, Terry. Paula Johnson, 1498. Kamala can't talk, so how is that going to go? Yeah, to do a book tour.
Great question.
Yeah, do a lot of talking on a book tour. Gene Winnick, the guy who did the redistricting in California, is married to the CEO of, is it Planned Parenthood of California?
Are you
is that right?
Serious?
Nothing to see here. Also, fire Jessica Tarlov. Yeah,
if we could, we would.
He's so annoying. I like the other guy. What's the other guy? Harold.
I
like
Ford.
him. He's sweet.
good.
I
He's
can
good
deal
people.
with him. Reba Henry, 6242. That food stamp lady who's complaining, did you notice she has tattoos that cost hundreds of dollars? What the hell? If she can afford those tats, she doesn't need food stamps. That's right. Uriel, she probably gets her nails done too. Uriel Gonzalez, 7685. I highly recommend reading The Tragedy of American Compassion by Marvin Olasky to see how government welfare ruins people's lives. Newt Gingrich used to mention it a lot.
Interesting.
Good tip, Uriel. C-Noons. Just a message to the anti-Semites. Come here spewing hatred and you will be shown the door and let it hit you on the way out. Yes, C-Noons.
Right.
Just really, really tired of it. I don't understand it.
We're
like, I feel like we're the only ones left that are like speaking out against it. And it's so weird, you guys. Brian Brumley, dear anti-Semites, why are you gay?
That's right. Why?
That's right. It's so weird.
Why?
So weird, you guys. We don't have anything else. Are we bringing it in? Okay.
We are bringing
it in, you guys. We hope you guys are having like a lot of fun this weekend or doing absolutely jack all, which is the most fun thing to do, is to do nothing at all. Everybody have a good one. We'll talk to you Monday.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.